Let's talk about what it feels like to keep showing up when you're barely holding it together. Because I've done that more times than I can count. Smiling on the outside, checking all the boxes, doing what needed to be done, while quietly breaking down on the inside. And the wild part is, people around me had no idea. I was still showing up, still dependable, still functioning, but I was running on fumes. Not because I wanted to be strong all the time, but because I felt like there was no space to not be. Like if I stopped, everything would fall apart. So I just kept pushing through. One more day, one more task, one more deep breath and fake smile. And over time, that became my norm. But that kind of normal comes at a cost. You start to lose touch with yourself. You stop checking in. You stop asking what you need because the only goal becomes surviving the day. And if I'm honest, there were moments when I couldn't even tell what I was feeling anymore. I had pushed my feelings down for so long, it all just felt heavy or numb. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you've been carrying things silently: stress, responsibility, fear, pressure, disappointment, and still showing up like everything's fine. And maybe like me, you've reached a point where you're tired of pretending, you're tired of being the one who holds it all, but never has a place to set it down. And that's what we're going to journal through today. Not from a place of trying to fix it all, but just to name it. Because sometimes the first step is just telling the truth. Here's your prompt. What have I been carrying that I haven't acknowledged? What's been weighing on you that you haven't given yourself the time or space to fully admit? What emotions have you brushed aside because you had other things to do? Your reflections don't have to be neat. You don't need perfect answers. You just need a page and a moment to be honest with yourself. I remember the first time I asked myself this question. I was sitting alone, completely drained, and I started writing. At first, it was surface level stuff. I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed. But the more I kept going, the more came up. Guilt, resentment, unprocessed grief, the kind of things I thought I had already dealt with, but not really. I had just pushed them aside because I didn't have time to deal with them. That moment of journaling didn't solve everything, but it gave me clarity. It gave me a chance to release some of the heaviness I was carrying. And most of all, it reminded me that my feelings were valid, that I was allowed to slow down and feel them. That's why I created Love Letters to Myself. It's not just a guided journal. It's a place to reconnect with the version of you that you've been putting on hold. The version that's still worthy even when she's tired, even when she's overwhelmed, even when she's not feeling okay. The prompts inside are gentle but honest. They help you process what you've been carrying and remind you that your voice deserves space too. If that sounds like what you need, you can find Love Letters to Myself in the description or the comments, or you can head to my bio and grab your copy today. And if this video spoke to something you've been holding in, I hope you'll subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm sharing more prompts, more reflections, and more moments like this where you don't have to be anything but real. And before you go, I want to invite you to share. What's something you've been carrying that you're finally ready to name? Drop it in the comments. No guilt, no pressure, just honesty. Take care of you because you're worth it. See you in the next video.